we would just be talking over my intro. But now we're just gonna like I don't do an introduction. I just start going at it. Like, so how you doing today, Scott?
Doing pretty all right, man. Just rolling with the old punches of tech life, you know.
What do you do?
Fucking. So last 6 years, man, I own and operate like a tech and design kind of company.
Yeah.
Started up doing, the old phone repairs, mobile repairs, computers and shit like that, and then just expanding as needed, you know.
Do you do VCRs?
Unfortunately, I don't touch those things, man. No, I'm good on those.
How you doing today, Dan?
Yeah, pretty good, man. Like I just go home. I went grocery shopping, and um, I'm kind of high. I'm not gonna lie to you, man.
Boys.
Same here, but like I kind of always am, dude. I work at a
Same.
marijuana cultivation center. Like I grow weed for the fucking government.
Oh, nice, bro. You're working at like a
Illinois Department of Agriculture, man. Fucking cannabis cultivation.
No shit, that's way cool, bro.
It's kind of funny how we both work for a branch of the government, but we really aren't like government looking people. I work for the Department of Public Safety, and I'm the least safe person I know.
Dude, I love those TikToks where it's like in a world of OSHA violations, and it's a bunch of like real shit that you just got to do in life.
Yeah.
It's rough. So like I'm here today because I needed to get like educated because I'm not that smart of an individual, but I like to learn. I like to get educated.
That's what life's about, right, dog? Exchange of free and open ideas.
So like I got a question for you, Scott, dude. How do you feel about this whole like Kanye situation that's going on right now?
Man, that shit's super interesting, right, man? I think it's pretty interesting that he was like the story arc of Kanye is extremely interesting. So
well, yeah, his whole like character arc is
dude.
It's something of an anime.
And then he dropped that fucking documentary and it filled in a lot of gaps that I thought was very interesting. That
he dropped the documentary, kind of missed on that.
What documentary did he drop? Oh shit.
Whoa, dude, you haven't seen that shit on Netflix?
No.
Yeah, bro. So his homie that did a lot of his fucking videos and yada yada just was rolling like the whole fucking time back in the day. So they got a bunch of this raw ass OG footage, dude. And it's just like him coming up, bro, starting out. And, he was a producer. So there's something about this guy that he's just not normal, right? And as a not normal person, I definitely, can align with a lot of that. And so he was good at producing, but he had this artist passion. And so he produced all these motherfuckers that were like big dicks, right? And so he produced like Jay-Z's album and a whole bunch of other dudes.
Yeah.
But he wanted to be a rapper. And so when he started doing his rap thing, he started pulling on all these homies that he'd produced. And so that's actually how he got motherfuckers like Jay-Z on his tracks when he did like College Dropout and da-da-da, right?
It's like, hey, I'll give you some discounted beats if you rap on my shit,
Bro.
Yeah.
I think it was like, I did that shit on the homie, so you kind of owe me, but I'm not going to be a dick. So then his next passion was fashion. And so he really wanted to be a fashion guy. And what's really interesting watching the OG footage is the whole time he'd always jack on homies and he'd be like, oh man, I'm going to be the most fashionable rapper. Like, look at you, just like bullshit, ha ha ha, And he was always dressed up a little bit more slick. So he was trying to get to fashion, and that was like his number one, gotta do it or I'll die, like hill to die on, right?
Yeah, dude.
So he blows up with the rap, and it makes him famous and makes him a lot of money. And he kept getting like just walled, just like keeps hitting the wall, can't get into the fashion. And so I find it extremely interesting that that's when he kind of got a lot more, one may say, not good with the music or pushing ideas that weren't necessarily holistic in nature. When previously his father was a pastor, he was all about Christ and God and blah, blah, blah. He would rap about it, even though he's swearing and talking about like, crazy shit.
Oh yeah, he would always talk about God in his music all the time.
Right, dude? So then all of a sudden he lands this marriage with this Kim lady who definitely seems like a, put together kind of like, built celebrity, and then does this show, and then he's very not talking about God. Kanye West.
We're talking about Kanye right now, CC.
Yep. And so then all of a sudden he gets into fashion. And so if one to or believe that all of the times that you listen to musicians or Hollywood actors or fashion people say that they sold their soul to get to where they're at, you are like, well, that's like some bullshit. I don't believe in the whole like God, Satan selling souls to get places. That's ridiculous. But then all of a sudden he breaks up in divorces.
Oh, definitely.
And all of that shit. And then now he's like doing gospel records again. So I find it very interesting that he threw that all away. And then he was doing these weird things with Kim Kardashian and that whole world. He gets into the whole fashion world. He finds this dude that actually came from Rockford. They start Off-White. That guy dies. And now Off-White is kind of like a figurehead that some conglomerate is taken. And then now Kanye West is out of the public scene. They run a whole campaign about how he's crazy and he's a wackadoodle. And because this documentary was actually dropped recently, they even have some recent video in there. And so there's a real candid scene in there that really hit with me, where I'm definitely a biased conspiratorial tinfoil hatter person from like day one. Like 9/11 lit me up. So everything's a fucking conspiracy theory. And what sucks is it usually ends up being true if you look in the right directions and find enough of the intel.
Didn't that dude we go to high school with work with Kanye for a little bit?
That's what I'm saying.
White boy Chris.
Oh, I don't know about that. Yeah.
Because I know he worked with Twista.
What's the dude's name from Off-White? I can't remember the guy's name, man, but I just saw his mom because my sister got married and I had to go get my shit tailored. And somehow my mom's found this lady. And so she's like, yeah, her son like did something with Kanye West. Isn't that wild? And then I'm telling some like my girl or something. And she's like, oh my God, that's the dude that did the whole Off-White brand and da-da-da. And I was like, that's absolutely nuts, man. That's crazy.
She doesn't care about black people.
Yeah, Eminem's, man, that guy's pathetic. That guy talks about like killing people and talking about gay people in a very negative manner. And then all of a sudden he's shilling for Hillary Clinton. I thought that was very interesting.
Eminem is like most rappers kind of like confuse me in a way because like you said, Kanye started as a gospel rapper and then he met Kim and then he went the other way. Eminem kind of the same. He started as a my life sucks because I live on the streets and I hate women because all the women in my life have been like horrible to me. Eminem, like he has such a weird career, but I cannot deny that he's been very successful.
And he was very anti-fuck the government, bro. And then he supports the most government shill piece of shit candidate that has a vagina.
Hillary was one of the most scary people on the planet. Like, I will agree with that. But hold on. You touched on like blood sacrifices and some in your little rant earlier. Like
Perry's shit, bro. Cannibalism and like cooking bodies and shit, bro.
This is something I've been interested in a long time. It's also rumored that like Courtney Love blood sacrificed Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
To further her career. The Wu-Tang Clan did it to ODB.
Yeah.
Even though they were all already successful by the time ODB died, I don't understand that one. But
well, I don't know. The RZA's got a pretty dank career if you look up his track record, man.
Yeah, the RZA. Yeah, he did Afro Samurai. He made the whole
favorite.
The Wu-Tang the American Saga.
He did the Get Down on Netflix, and then he did the Wu-Tang show on Hulu.
Yeah.
And then Katy Perry right now, bro, she came up, pastor's daughter, sold her
Katy
soul.
Perry's been on some wild shit, but then even Kanye made some like Illuminati ass video with.
I have my reservations about Katy Perry because of a one tweet that she deleted a long time ago. That it was actually really funny. So I have a really warped view on her. It's nothing bad. It's just extremely raunchy in a way.
What'd she say again?
Uh, years ago, she tweeted. I don't know who. I think her producer was like tweeting her to get back to work or like to work on her music, and
Yeah.
she replied, "Who has time for beats when you have BBC?"
Yeah.
And if you look up that tweet, like it's gonna appear like the preview, but if you click the link, it says this tweet has been deleted by user.
Right. But good old Internet Archive and regular
Yeah,
humans will save anything on the interwebs.
man. But no, so how true and how deep do you think like the whole blood sacrifice thing goes?
That one's tricky, right, dude? Because I get stuck in the middle on a lot of things, dude, because I really like seeing the other side of things. Otherwise, I don't think you're good at what you do, because you got to
Yeah,
see the other side to
right.
understand how to like argue that or understand if your thoughts are correct, right? Because then otherwise you're an echo chamber. And so that one, bro, is like, it sounds so preposterous because we've all been led to believe that there's no such thing as a spirit realm or some crazy bullshit like that, right?
Yeah.
But then there's clearly some sort of a group of people that make all these things happen, right?
Like Bohemian Grove type shit. Like, yeah.
Well, dude, the Rockefellers literally invented the like school system in the like late 1800s to make slaves that would work. They're quoted saying things like this.
Yeah. It was to keep kids in line and
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in the 30s, they removed finance from the curriculum system. And then also in the 30s, they changed the entire musical tuning system from the standard where the harmonic was a God frequency to where the harmonic was a 666 Luciferian frequency. And so when you look into that whole thing, you find out that really good songs that you really liked are actually in the tuning of the God frequency. So like, what is it? The beat, a lot of the Beatles tracks were in the harmonic God frequency and not the Luciferian one. So then you find out that all music sounds like cookie cutter bullshit because they got these two dudes that make all the bangers that are basically going on a framework, which is all based on the Luciferian melodic, like tympanic diameter, whatever the fuck one it is, like scale. So then you're like, well, dude, okay, well, that lends, some weight. So then you start listening and you go through a whole rabbit hole of finding all of these celebrities that say, yeah, man, I sold my soul to the devil. Yeah. Like they all say it, dude. It's absolutely nuts.
Okay, the thing is, I believe the whole "I sold my soul to the devil" thing. I think most people say it for publicity. I think it has more shock value. When you go to the news, like, oh my god, this guy worships the devil. Like he sold you like people like I don't truly believe they actually do it. Like, well, I do believe that people have the capability to sell their souls to the devil. I do not believe celebrities do it for real. I don't know if y'all ever seen South Park, that episode where they are investigating 9/11 because somebody took a shit on the urinal. Like at the end of the episode, it's revealed that the government didn't actually stage 9/11. They're just pretending they did, so people think they have more power than they actually do.
There's definitely that side, and so my counter thought to that is I can see that side, but again, that's a hoping that it's not because it sounds too preposterous kind of stance, in my opinion. And then my theory of it being more likely is when you hear it, you think that, but if you actually go down a master clip of all these people saying it, you got to listen to how they fucking say it, bro, and like how their face looks. They're not saying, yeah, I sold my soul to the devil, bro. It's cool. They're like, yeah, and then I sold my soul to the devil. It's very weird and somber, bro.
I mean, yeah, that's what publicity is for. That's what they're meant to sell it. If you just laugh it off, like if it wasn't for publicity, we wouldn't be discussing it right now.
Oh yeah, marketing promotion, man. Hook
exactly. That's how it is. That's why, like, for example, the whole thing with Kanye, going back to him, the whole White Lives Matter thing with Candace Owens. I don't believe he believes his bullshit.
He said it on Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, did you watch that
he literally wore the shirt because he thought it was funny.
No, he said he wore the shirt because it makes sense. He did not say it was because it was funny.
He did at one point. He did say he thought it was funny too. Like he thought
the reaction of the people was funny.
Okay,
you're getting a media headline, dog. You're getting a clipped out of context type shit. Listen to that whole fucking interview, bro. Test your listening skills and listen to
listened
that motherfucker
to
talk, bro, and tell me what you think. It's interesting.
I listened to most of it. I listened to the clips, the Fox News clips that they had. I listened to the ones
Which are
that I thought
better
were most
than
interesting.
others, but yeah.
Okay, CC has a question. What does a 666 sounds like?
You mean the frequency stuff?
Yeah. Because I mean, CC does have a point. It says 666. It is a number. How does it sound like? Because there is also this other thing called the four chords song, sing by Axis of Awesome, where a lot of popular songs they just share the same four chords. Sometimes it's not necessarily like a devil thing. Sometimes artists get lazy. They found an easy way to make very quick songs, and they just start pumping that shit. You know,
Like punk rock.
Well, yeah, frameworks, man, fucking templates, cook it over, cook it over. All right, here's the video.
Oh, CC is musically inclined. Oh, the Rat King, nice.
Who's the Rat King?
Oh, these are people from Discord that I'm in.
So watch this video, and it'll show you everything.
Oh,
Okay.
dude, you might get me flagged.
Oh no.
That's why we skipped through. It should be all good. The dude goes into the whole thing, dude. It's absolutely insane. So it's the difference between the 432 hertz and the 440 hertz. And it's so like subtle. You got to be like a literal, like, like
A conspiracy theorist?
perfect pitch or something like that to really tell, bro. You can like barely tell a difference. It's insane. Hear it?
I cannot hear shit.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, you don't get no audio on that?
No.
I usually do.
Yeah, normally works, but I don't know what we're supposed to listen.
What
Look
is
at
this?
this video up though, man. This one was interesting. And this guy's not even like a conspiracy theorist. It don't seem like he's like a musician guy trying to get clicks on a video.
Let me see. I'll pull it up.
Thing is, a lot of conspiracy theories make sense when you kind of start like making the whole argument like when you try to make the argument fit the evidence instead of the other way around.
Well, dude, I went down the flat earth rabbit hole to disprove that shit because I was like, everybody's an idiot. That's brain dead.
Oh, dude, that was such a fun rabbit hole to go down.
And then at the end of it, I was like, nope, it's flat. We're in a dome. It's an infirmament. It was actually in a removed pieces of Old Testament, Scripture, Bible. Like it's a dome. It's a flat thingy. It's not like we're floating like a disc. That's brain dead. But there is a flat disc-like object with a dome-type atmosphere, to which then there is a bottom domed atmosphere where it would look like a globe from outwards. And then the whole moon landing thing, bro. The whole moon landing thing is bullshit. That was done by Stanley Kubrick. He told everybody about it in The Shining. And there was wind on that moon thing. And the guy got pulled up on a beat, like on strings. And so if you mean to tell me that we had more technology in our cell phones than we did on the thing that made us go to the moon, well, then I ask you, how did we have recording video back then? It was all on magnetic tape. So how would we have gotten recorded video back through the magnetosphere of the ozone back on Earth? Well, we didn't. So the only video we have is that one video that was allegedly magically beamed back from the moon, but with technology that is dumber than what we have right now. And so then you ask, wait, so if we did record a bunch of stuff on magnetic tape, like VHS tape, why does the NASA not have that video? What is the official NASA statement of why they don't have any video on the moon? Though they said they accidentally recorded over it. So you mean to tell me that some fucking intern or some, dumb person was like, oh, I just accidentally recorded over the like most important footage that we've ever gotten human mankind?
I mean, have you gone to the DMV? Government people, they're pretty like they will fuck up like that. Like I believe it because the government has covered up worse fuck ups.
That's a straw man, brother. You're gonna compare NASA people with DMV? Yeah, come on.
It's not a straw man argument. I'm telling you, like the government, the government is composed of humans. Humans will fuck up if you tell me that some asshole
on NASA level. So compare some other organization on the level of NASA, the most funded company organization at that time that all of our money was getting put into. Compare that to another organization that we have proven fuck ups. Not a DMV. That's like little involved. Right?
Elon
Right?
Musk.
Yeah, what about it, dude? He
the
fixes
guy,
everything.
the guy has a history of keep fucking up and paying people to not talk about his fuck ups.
Well,
Like
yeah,
again,
dude,
like
we all fuck up. That's how you do
companies
life.
and corporations and organizations that they're made of people. People
Right.
will fuck up.
Right. So do you believe that more that somebody fucked up, or it's literally impossible to transfer a magnetic tape through a magnetosphere of the globe? And why has nobody talked about that? Yeah, but DMV is not equivalent to NASA. That's silly.
I mean, they work for the government.
That's like saying I fucked up and it's the same as Apple. So me and Apple's fuck ups are the same. That's brain dead.
I mean, no, Apple is a private corporation. You're just a person. You don't have your own corporation. Like,
I do have my own corporation. It's called Revival Tech Repair, Revival Tech Solutions.
what?
It's a company for 6 years. It's a corporation.
Okay, then if Apple fucks up and you fuck up, it's kind of the same thing. You're both private corporations. That's how it works.
But it's not the same because they have a whole staffing where there's a lot of people doing checks and balances, right? So
Yeah,
NASA
and,
has a way more.
people still fuck up. Like
DMV.
again, like there's like again, like people fuck up. Like I don't care how qualified you are. I know people that are very fucking intelligent, but
So you
they
see
are
how we're
really
talking about
fucking dumb
fuck-ups
at the same
now?
time.
And not the logical nature of
Yes,
a
that's
magnetic
true.
tape going through the magnetic thing. So that's what a straw man is. So that's distracting us from talking about the actual thing that happened.
Thing is, like you and I will never be sure what happened when they're like
Yeah, we will, dude. Stanley Kubrick told you about it in The Shining. Watch the
and
movie.
so you tell me you believe more Stanley Kubrick than you believe somebody that you claim has checks and balances and everything. So you're
No, I
trusting
didn't
Stanley
claim they
Kubrick
did.
over NASA now.
That's what I'm saying. They did, and they didn't do it. So why don't
What
we
I'm
have
trying to
that
say
tape?
is that like there are multiple versions out there,
And then
and
has
a lot of them
anybody-
are really plausible because that I highly
So again,
believe
off topic.
I believe like it's
We're talking
more
about
plausible.
One at a time.
It's more plausible that an intern fuck up with the tape and record it over it.
So why'd you
And
put an intern in charge of the most important tapes that humankind has ever recorded? So I
that's
just blew an
that's
intern
how
out of my ass.
bureaucracy is, man. Like
Sometimes
I
what an
not true.
intern has to do. I don't know.
It wasn't interns. That was just something I said, right? Like, what did they do? Who did it? They don't have an answer. Nobody has got it.
the thing is, the government is never gonna admit they fuck up. They're the government. Again, they wanna keep
So
the
then-
image of they have.
So then, did they
control.
fuck up and lie to everybody about a moon landing, right?
Yeah, no, they probably fuck. They didn't lie about like not doing the moon landing. They fucking went to the moon. There's proof of it.
What proof?
What do you mean? What proof? There's a flag over there.
The flag? Have you seen the flag lately?
I don't have supervision, so no. Like you haven't.
Well, you just said there was proof. So there's no proof if you don't have supervision.
There's a photo of it. There's photo
a photo that was done in a studio that's literally proven.
Do you have proof? Have you been to the
massive-
studio? Do you have photos of this
Yeah,
studio?
You can pull it up. It explains the whole thing, man. Yeah.
Can you show me like I want to know because you tell me about this too. Like your conspiracy theory.
So
It
do we
goes-
have proof? Do we
your
have proof
conspiracy
that the Clinton
theory
Foundation
sounds-
steals children?
Okay, if you replace Stanley Kubrick with a bunch of 10-year-olds, that's the plot for an episode of The Kids Next Door.
That's also in the straw man.
No, I'm not even fucking kidding. The Kids Next Door, they have an episode where they have to like make the adults pretend that they landed on the moon because there's actually like a whole Kids Next Door based on the moon.
So then
So
now
like-
you're using another pop culture thing to see that
I'm
it's
saying
so
that
silly.
there's like all
So
the
Daniel,
conspiracy theories come from pop cultures.
If it was a conspiracy
Dan,
theory, they would put those things out to make you say,
Dan,
"Look at this video; it's so silly."
Dan,
So-
that's Hollywood or the media like telling you about this shit, hiding it all in plain sight.
Literally, dude. That's what they do. That's the thing. Because then you say, "No, dude, that's a movie. Get out of here." Did you see the new Air Force logo?
No.
I have not seen the new Air Force logo.
You got to check this new Air Force logo out.
Oh god, let's see.
All right, where's the share screen thingy? I like shared my screen once and now it's broken.
It's invite.
Like the button one.
Or no,
right?
not invite, present.
Oh, there it is.
Present.
I got it good the first time. All right, so if we were a conspiracy theorist, okay, the next thing they're going to do that everybody says is a fake alien invasion, and that's the new scary boogeyman to try and unify everybody and take away more of your civil liberties, right?
There's no fake alien invasion. They disclosed a couple of months or years ago that aliens are a thing.
Well, you already just dismissed it. Hold on, man. Let me tell you the story. So if you were to believe that, right, and that was the next thing that someone was going to bring, because we had bad guys, and then we needed 9/11 terrorists, so that's a faceless boogeyman. Everyone's a terrorist. The Patriot Act is still in effect. They still can call anything a military emergency zone and take all your shit, and you can go to jail with no trial because the Patriot Act breaks the Constitution. And so then we need another faceless boogeyman. So then we have COVID. COVID is what allowed everyone to think that quantitative easing and printing of money that actually started in November of 2019 was necessitated and was okay. And so now when we run out of these faceless boogeymans, they believe in this tinfoil hat world that the next one is going to be the faux alien invasion. It's going to be a release of a bunch of, this technology. All of a sudden we have this free energy, anti-gravity technology, right? So in order to do that and not have people have heart attacks, you need to start normalizing this. You need to start bringing more things into culture so people are normalized with this, right? So tell me, why in God's green earth would they put a UFO in the new Air Force logo?
Because it's cool. That's sometimes the easiest answer is the most logical one.
No, that's a cop-out for actually thinking and looking into things. So doing your own research used to be called reading. And so now it's don't do your own research and just listen to the conglomerate media sources that are clearly censoring things non-debatably.
But hold on.
So the Air Force doesn't make cool logos, bro.
You're getting flat earthers an argument to how the UN logo is, like the UN logo.
Dude, I'm telling you, the flat earth thing is probably
is designed off of the flat earth
100%, dog. 100%. The UN logo is definitely sus. Like, dude, this looks 100% like what happened right after Pangea. Pangea theory, right here, flat Earth. Dog.
The flat earthers use that for their argument.
That's it looks just how the Earth looks from the top.
Well, like, what about Antarctica, bro? And how they literally banned the encyclopedia prior to 1958, when all the encyclopedias after 1958 removed all the information about what they found in Antarctica, which was habitable land, tropical forests, and all kinds of crazy shit. And so now nobody knows what's in Antarctica because there's an Antarctica treaty that literally says nobody in the world, and nobody's fought this, as bad as Russia Putin is, nobody's fought and broken this Antarctica treaty about anybody having a military establishment down there or claiming that land. There's like not a lot of land left anymore. So like, what is going down in Antarctica? If you try to go down there, you either disappear or you get told to leave by the fucking government. So that's a little sus. I'll tell you what the tinfoil hatters think down there if you're interested.
Is it the whole thing about Hitler going underground and with giant people? And like, there's a bunch of theories about Antarctica and like an underground thing.
Well, you know that giants are true, right? The Bible tells you about them. They're called the Nephilim.
I do not believe in the Bible.
Well, that's irrelevant if you believe in the Bible or not, but there's words in there that were from times of old, right?
Yeah,
so which part of the Bible do you not believe in?
In almost every iteration of every mythology and every religion in the world, there's giants. The Nordic gods fought against giants.
Exactly.
The Greek gods fought against giants.
Giants still exist today. They're a little bit shorter now, but they're still fucking giants. There's a few of them.
Yeah, there's literal proof of all of that too, man. That's non-debatable as well. There's literally the Nephilim and the Nephilim, and they were what the product was of the gods fucking humans, because American or like Earth women are super hot for some strange reason, apparently. So all of those old mythologies you speak of all talk about the gods coming down, screwing women, and then having these Nephilim, which are the half-breeds, which are the giants. And so then you have all of this evidence of huge, gigantic people as well. It's pretty...
Okay, so do you believe the Bible and God are aliens, or do you believe they're actual divine beings?
That's a real long story too, bro. You ever heard of the Law of One?
The what?
The Law of
One?
No.
So you should look into that if you don't believe anything out of the Bible, because I've been testing the Bible since I was 10 years old in CCD class. And I asked why there's two stories, one page away, of two different versions of how God allegedly created Eve out of Adam. And so they were like, kid, I'm just like volunteering here. Like, you know, like, come on, let's keep going. And so I had a real battle with Catholicism, which is the worst of all religions, because that one's clearly a manipulation to control people, because a military can't control everybody. So you have to control a adult Santa Claus story that keeps everybody scared of a thing, and there's no real headpiece of it. So you can't talk shit about them and take them down. And so this Bible story, bro, is an adaptation of all of these stories throughout time. And so when you go back to the Anunnaki story and you understand the different scriptures and the translations of different people other than Zecharia Sitchin's, because Zecharia Sitchin's didn't get it all right, and you kind of find out all of these pieces of the puzzle that created Hinduism, as Hinduism was the first religion known to man back in ancient Sumerian days or a little bit after, which is Sumerian days and then Babylonia and then onward. And so all of these things kind of split and fractaled out, right? So it's almost like all of these religions kind of have different pieces of the puzzle. And it's almost like the story of Babel wasn't like a bifurcation of just languages, but also religious beliefs. And part of the goal of our humankind right now is to try and get the fuck back together and stop being so stubborn and individual, because it's actually where we find love and peace and growth and big power is in unity of cultures and community. And so if we could all get over ourselves and get all over our racist bullshits and the evil bad guys separating us, we might be able to find this. Because I find it very strange that in the few last years since 2012, everyone seems to be becoming far more spiritual. It's far interesting that we're utilizing this informational technology to all cross these ideas way quicker, kind of like a digital hive mind. And so when you look at the Bible through the lens of the law of one, you actually see that God, Jesus, were literally teaching the laws of attraction, which they made a silly movie called The Secret about to make everybody go, oh, that stupid law of attraction. Yeah, The Secret, bro, that's dumb, right? So it was another Fugazi. So when you look at Jesus's teachings of I am, Jesus was actually teaching that you command things and you attract them to you, because in this universe thingy or God's thingy, whatever the hell you want to call it, because I'm not super into religion at all things don't know good or bad. They only know positive or negative. And so this is to my theory of why we have the concept of when it rains, it pours. So that if you think I get cancer, I get cancer, I get cancer, I'm going to get cancer, the secondhand smoke's going to give me cancer, that's how you have people that get lung cancer and never smoked a day in their life. But then you also have on the other side people that have smoked cigarettes for 40 years and they never get cancer because they thought, I'm a bad son of a bitch. I ain't never getting cancer, ain't never getting cancer, ain't never getting cancer. So what if this were true? Let's play a game. And so if that was true, it simply means that your brain is some kind of an electrical being that pulls in these inputs from the universe. And then science right now in quantum physics is literally proving all of this shit that I'm talking about true, because now they've sensed that our brain consciousness is not inside our head, because you can measure it outside of our head. So it's almost like the consciousness is being beamed into our bodies. Your soul is a container. And when you think positively, positive things come to you. And when you think negatively, negative things come to you, which is kind of strange that we have 7 days and we have 7 chakras. And then Jewish mysticism teaches the Merkaba, which one goes back to the Pythagorean school, where the guy that invented Pythagorean theorem, Pythagoras, whatever that one is. So that guy had a whole cult. And so he taught mysticism. And so if anybody mumbled the word dodecahedron, they were immediately killed, because the dodecahedron was the master shape that you would create with your chakra system, because you have a 7 chakra system inside and a 5 chakra system outside. And with all this woo-woo bullshit of meditation, allegedly, you would activate this Merkaba, to which then you could do monk-like things. So then you go, wait, what, monks? So then you look into monks, and I don't know if you remember that video that was all over the internet back in the early days. That monk broke out of monkhood and literally lit a paper ball on fire with his hand. And so we have all these different religions throughout time that believe in chi and energy. And then you look at modern day Asia. And so modern day Asia is actually so huge that the government can't even control everybody. And so 75% of Asia has no governmental control nor any health care. And 75% of Asia is actually healing everybody with Reiki and energy flows and all this woo-woo chi bullshit. And you're like, dude, that's nutter butter. I'm from America. All that shit's bullshit. And when you look into it, they're literally curing people with cancer by doing and putting acupuncture shit done. Person don't got cancer. Well, what's crazy is our modern day science proves that 90% of all healing is placebo effect. Whether your fucking, arteries were cut and the doctor had to put something back together, if you believe that that's not going to heal, your brain's not telling all the things in your body to actually go heal it.
That's borderline Scientology. You know that, right?
Which is another Fugazi, dog. Scientology is another Luciferian bullshit to try and make people like you say, you're talking about Luciferian Scientology, get out of here. And so that's why it's tough to talk with theologians on this, because the Bible is another communistic reign where they teach you it's bad, everything's the devil. So what are we, water boy? So we can't throw ideas around at each other and try and figure out the truth in them, because every lie has a core of truth, right? So Scientology is clearly another celebrity Luciferian system where you have to pay money to get clear, that makes people like uncertain in the middle fence, milquetoast thinking peoples go, well, I can't think this way or that way, so I'm going to do nothing. And so that's right now why we have a culture of decision paralysis where people cannot actually do anything because they're so afraid of making mistakes or being wrong. Bro, I can tell you a whole bunch of ways to help cure cancer, man. Go to Mexico and Germany. They're the best in curing cancer. That's not Asia.
You know that in Mexico, a governor from a state had to flee the state because the guy was literally putting salt, because he was pocketing the money for the cancer treatment. I wouldn't go to Mexico. I wouldn't go to Mexico for a cancer treatment, and I'm Mexican.
Well, I know a couple people that went to Mexico and got their cancer cured, bro. So I would not take your one thing of a bad guy as like, don't go there.
No, it's not. That wasn't just a bad guy. That was a governor, a guy in charge of a whole state.
Yeah, sure. So be smart and not go to that guy.
The guy is out of. That's such a childish way to say it. Because because if one governor is corrupt, they all are.
Comparing NASA to fucking the DMV, homie. That was ridiculous.
They're both government bodies. They're
what about
both,
it? They're completely on a different end of the spectrum. That doesn't actually mean anything.
I don't know, dude. A place that's responsible for all of my personal information.
Yeah.
I think they should be They should be held to really high, like.
But are they? You just said they fuck up all the time.
They do fuck up all the time. Just like I bet.
So why are you holding so high?
Because they are a government branch. The government, even if they fucking suck, they should be held to a high standard, because the government, even if they do not, they are supposed to be taking care of the population.
Well, did we say anything about why that's bullshit? Why we all hate the DMV? No, we all just said,
the police chief of Pecatonica, Illinois, just got his 5th DUI.
God, that pisses me off, bro. I got 2 and I lost my license for 13 years. Eat a dick. Just also, like that Pelosi's husband.
I remember that. Also, I think one of the most ignorant people in Mexico, he was also named one of the Secretary of Education just because he was a celebrity. Again, I wouldn't trust politicians in Mexico at all.
I don't think I ever said trust politicians, fam. And then you're missing it, bro. You keep telling me about all the corruption of Mexico, which
and guess who does the corruption? The corruption, it goes
about homeopathic small practitioners, dog, that you're gonna have to talk to and find out from somebody. Like, dude, I just told you that I met the mom of the bro that fucking started Off-White with Kanye motherfucking West. Do you know how I found her? I didn't find her on fucking politiciangoogle.com, dog. My mom's talked to somebody that told my mom's to go to her. And I went down to this lady's basement and I got my shit tailored, bruh. Oh, that's shady. What a hater, Gary. Actually, the second DUI was for 0.01 over. And my homie swerved in front of a pothole and the cop pulled me over. And I said, but I put my blinker on, sir. And he goes, yeah, but I'm the one that pulled you over. So I did the and the guy's like, you did good, bro. Let's blow. And I said, come on, motherfucker. I had 4 beers. So I blew 0.01 over. Second DUI in Wisconsin, right? And then Wisconsin's sister state of Illinois.
That's a badge of honor.
And so they revoked my license in Illinois for only 2 DUIs because it was in Wisconsin, but you're actually supposed to get 3 in Illinois. And I wasn't about to pay that pony bullshit. They want you to go to AA and have a sponsor, even though I was just a young, dumb kid at 21 years old, and then pay a lawyer $5,000 in the court system, $1,500. So I said, eat a dick. And I rode my bicycle and held 2 jobs for 13 years, started 2 companies. This company's in business for 6 years. And the other company, we made $60,000 in 8 months. And that company I sold out of, and they're still doing great. So fuck the system, bruh.
Right. Right on. Right
Okay.
on. Man, there was something during not this last rant, but your previous rant. I wanted to ask about what I forgot. Oh, I think it was just about Antarctica, like Hollow Earth, whatever stuff. I think that's like what it might have been about.
Yeah, you want to hear my bullshit version of the Hitler Antarctica bullshit?
I've seen a Wendy Goon video about it, but go ahead.
Yeah, so allegedly this motherfucker went to the the hole in the middle of the earth and like talked to the aliens. The aliens were like, "Oh, dude, cool. Like, let's help you out with this UFO anti-gravity shit." So allegedly
they were already in cahoots with the aliens when they were designing a bunch of their like Warcraft shit.
Right? So allegedly they were actually making anti-gravity technology with 3 Benz motors. And so they were creating a torsion field, which Bob Lazar explains the physics to you. I can explain that to you too if you're interested in it. But it makes a torsion field because we have a rudimentary, naive, childlike understanding of our physics here, right? We think blow up thingy, make you go forward, brain dead. So you make a torsion field and it actually sucks you through space-time. And so they had these UFOs. And then Hitler was like, all right, this is dope. We're going to drop some bombs out of this shit. And you can't drop a bomb out of an electromagnetic field. So they blew up a bunch of these UFOs, and the aliens were like, wait a second, dude, that's what you're trying to do with this shit? And so they wrapped that technology up, and allegedly, that's why Hitler never came out with his super crazy, mad, massive weapon of destruction and bullshit.
He should have built a Gundam.
Be right, bro. I don't think you shoot bullets out of a magnetic field either. That shit just like ping, ping, and fucking like.
Yeah, but he would have a
like
laser
Halo.
sword.
Well, so when you listen to Bob Lazar, bro, the one that he worked on had element 113. And element 113, mysteriously, after he went public, comes out on the periodic table. However, it's in isotope form. So isotope form, if you remember, is a non-stable chemical. And so element 113 is literally now publicly like acknowledged on the periodic table, but only in isotope form. We can't create the stable like element. So he had element 113 from some extraterrestrial bullshit. And so with the UFO, they have 3 radars. And so when it's hovering, like we think, like, it's like 2 of them are cocked sideways, 1's down. And so that's probably the tech that Hitler didn't have, right? Because when they go into actually like vortex mode, those 3 kicks down, and the UFO, if it's like, flat like this, it kicks up sideways and it actually flies this way. Because these 3 ray gun things, whatever the fuck, are using this element 113 magical ball of energy to create a cardioidal, looks like a heart, torsion field. And then that's what creates the ability for it to suck through space. And so if we're going to believe this wackadoodle shit's true, this would be how they can instantaneously travel. They go faster than light speed. And why you have all these stories of UFOs coming out of the water, because this would also allow you to fly through water without friction, because you're essentially sucking through whatever bullshit is around you. Logical, right? Fucking insane.
It's like a white hole.
It's absolutely insane. So when you look into that shit further, you're just like, oh no, this is all real and it's all been kept from us. And so what's that old, what's our thing? We all think that, yeah, they say the military is 20, 30 years ahead of us, right? Bro, that's like, they got all the old technology. And then when you do a deep dive back into the 1800s, we had all this floating technology. There's literally like a black and white video of somebody floating around on a thing, bro.
So you're telling me we could have Marty McFly hoverboards?
Literally, they have it. And then they're just withholding it, and they're about to drop it all out, and they'll probably drop it like that. So we're all like, yay, kickboard.
I actually am I'm actually being for real right now. Like I actually am 100% convinced that we could build like a goblin glider, like a green goblin glider out of like
those are absolutely possible.
They have it. You didn't see that?
Yeah, those are possible.
They just came out with the technology like 2 weeks ago.
I've been saying that for like 10 years.
Yep. No, they just broke through and they came out with it. And there's some people over in Asia.
I mean, I don't believe
they a hobgoblin board.
I don't believe they just broke through with it. Like I believe that the technology has always been there. The thing is, science fiction has always inspired many scientists.
That's another
Fugazi. If you watch Star Trek came first with the cell phone.
Well, look up Star Trek and where that guy got all his information from. He didn't pull that out of his ass.
I mean, sometimes you are really underestimating the human imagination.
No, I'm not. I got a great imagination. I'm the one that's telling you.
Yeah, we can tell you have a great imagination. We can tell you have an amazing imagination, brother.
Thank you. So don't ever tell me I'm underestimating that shit again.
I mean, you are.
No, I'm not. You're underestimating. You're able to be fooled.
No, like it's pretty straightforward. Like I'm pretty
Yeah,
good.
you're using movies as your facts. No, that
I'm not
can't
using
be
it
true.
as a
They have
fact.
that
I'm
in
using
Star
it. I'm
Trek.
saying that like movies and fiction inspire real life. You like there's a reason
And
the
what I'm
phrase
telling you is that
sometimes real
life
life
inspired
imitates
those
fiction.
movies.
Like it's never like it goes both ways. Like reality, like people in real life see things in science fiction like, oh, you know what, that shit is cool, maybe we can build it, and sometimes they do.
Right, but what you're
Like
missing,
it's
homie,
not
is
sometimes like sometimes it is that deep. Like I'm not gonna lie, some points you say are kind of valid, but at the same time you do the, like as somebody said here, you do the Alex Jones shit here. You say a lot of plausible shit along with a lot
what
of
has he
fucking
said that's been
crazy
not
shit,
true?
so it all gets lost in translation.
But everything he
Like,
said
while I
been
do
true.
believe that hoverboards are possible, I believe they've been withholding technology for a bit. I do not believe
Even that
that
is possible.
it's all like a sudden kick, like you just I don't know where for a very like what's
But what are you
mischievous
saying? You just said
reason.
they're
Like
not
some
possible
like
because
again
of
sometimes
Come
the
on, relax.
easiest,
Let him talk.
like sometimes like again like sometimes like the most obvious answer, the most harmless answer is that's the answer. Like sometimes it's not that deep. Like
Well,
sometimes it
usually
is,
not.
sometimes it's not. It doesn't have to be deep all the time.
It generally does, yeah. So what have you solved recently in the last week where the easiest answer was the right answer?
Okay, so I was trying to fix the computer at work, and turns out the monitor was unplugged. That's it. We thought the computer was there. Like the monitor was just unplugged. We had like, sometimes just the
And
easiest
so,
answer.
and so are you gonna straw man compare that
Okay, so
to the high
you
level
asked me for
hoverboard?
an example of today.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and
And
that's
so
my
that
example.
example is so
If you're gonna
small
call it a
that
straw
it's
man just
unlikely
because it
for that
wasn't the
to
example
translate.
that you wanted, then what's the point of asking for an example? Then just tell
But
me what you
I
want to
didn't say
hear.
that was
Don't
bad.
ask
I
me for
said
my
that's a great
opinion. It's not
example.
the one what you want to hear. Just tell me what you want to hear.
No,
Don't
that's a
ask for
great
my
example.
opinion if you don't want to hear my opinion.
No, that's a great example. So that example is so small and tiny that how could you compare a cable not being
Because
plugged in
sometimes it's just all you
to
need.
a whole
Sometimes all you
concept?
need is a tiny answer. Sometimes that's all you need. You just
So
because you
sometimes.
refuse to accept it is just a whole different reason.
No, I agree.
Hold on,
So what
Scott.
about the other
What was
side?
your analogy? The computer compared to what?
So a cable not plugged in doesn't answer your simplest answer for a
Why is
hoverboard
this?
concept existing. So that's another very tiny answer, right? Like I literally do technology all day as well, and very rare for me is it the simplest answer. Sometimes the guy didn't plug the cable into the effing wall, and he's asking me why his fucking computer doesn't turn on. Sometimes. Now, what does sometimes mean to you? If we were to percentage that, what would you say? Let's just use Pareto's rule.
That's
Let's
the
just
thing.
say
It's
80-20.
sometimes you cannot measure
Right, so not all
sometimes.
the time, right?
That's a whole fucking. Now we're getting on like probability versus possibility, and
Well, you kind of have to, because I'd like to know what has Alex Jones said that was ever wrong.
You know he's
besides,
being sued
besides
for the shooting,
current-
right? You know he's being
besides
sued
his current
for almost
What
$1
does that
million.
matter? Man, you're a real big authoritarian. So just because he's being sued doesn't mean anything, bro. You can sue a piece of toast, but you're not going to win.
Yeah, but
He lost. Like he accidentally
Yeah.
like he sent the whole
Did you
copy
watch?
of
Did you
his
watch
cell
the
phone.
trial?
Huh?
Did you watch the trial?
Did you read the news? I don't watch TV
Oh,
anymore.
you read the headline, right? So
I read the article. Okay, I have a question. Why are you so fucking condescending?
I'm not. I just
Yes,
know a
you
lot,
are.
and it
You are so
feels like
fucking condescending. You're like,
No.
oh, you read the headline. Yeah, you are fucking
Exactly.
condescending. Like, really, like,
How do
that's
you
all
want me
you
to
are.
say that so you
You
don't have
are
your
acting
feelings hurt?
superior just to make a point. Just when you asked me for the simple answer, I gave it to you. It wasn't the fucking complicated answer
And
you
I said,
wanted.
oh, you read
Because
the
it was so
headline.
simple, you couldn't fucking handle it.
So
Like,
why are
you
you
gotta
taking
understand,
offense to
sometimes
that?
not everything is a straw man. Sometimes it just is what it
Because
is,
all
man.
you're using are straw man.
You are not everything's a fucking straw man, goddamn
No,
it.
everything you've said has been.
No, it is. Everything you fucking say is based on nothing. That's what I'm trying
No,
to
I just
say.
told you it's based on, and you won't listen. So if
Everybody's
you watch,
listening and everybody's weirded out by you. Check the comments.
So
right,
if you watch
Scott, please enlighten us on the trial, on the outcome.
So if you watch the trial, they literally did not allow him to what is it? Be the lawyer for himself to present for himself, right? And they also told him a whole slew of words that he was not allowed to say in court. The whole thing was a setup, dog. And so you mean to tell me that Alex Jones is supposed to pay $1 billion for saying words that are true and maybe getting a little bit out of control as he's an entertainer, but then other people went there and did something and hurt somebody's feelings, and now he's on the account for $1 billion, right?
What is it with people and like, oh, just because you hurted their feelings? No, like it's not. He wasn't talking truth. It's like he literally sent a copy of his phone admitting that it was everything he was saying is bullshit to the other lawyer. He himself was admitting to it on his text messages.
Not true. So
just because you're saying it's not true doesn't make it less true.
No. Just because you said it's true doesn't make it true either, dog. You're not showing me any facts or talking about anything like actual factual or.
The facts are right there. You can just go to Google, check out why he was arrested, and that's
go to Google, bro. That's a curated system, homie. So
okay, use DuckDuckGo then. It's the same thing.
Exactly. So you got to use Start Page. So if you look that up, what he said was that he never said that it was fake and didn't happen. That's what they're all trying to say, and that's what they're focusing on. He never said that, bro. What he was talking about was the event and how it was a false flag. And the court was 100% fugazi, dog. And so I want to know why he's on the hook for $1 billion, but the man, who's the dude with the glove, O.J. Simpson, that bro, he ain't got to pay nobody no money. Like he paid like a couple milli, like 27 mil. And so Alex Jones is on the hook for a bill, dog. What they're doing, fam, is they're using him to make you think in headlines that anybody that talks conspiracy theories is a horrible person. And they got a guilty plea from cheating.
No, just Alex Jones.
So now anybody said what you guys just did was you said, and he got guilty. So that's not a fact, dude. That's not like an argument. Just because one guy is in court and they got a guilty plea doesn't all of a sudden make what I'm saying silly. That's silly.
You know,
okay, but were the frogs gay though? Were the frogs gay?
The frogs.
So what does gay mean to you?
Okay, so can you define woman now?
Yeah, I can, bro. Marry one and find out.
Wasn't it already that type of frog that they used in like Jurassic Park that already changes their sex, and that's why the dinosaurs can change their sex or whatever?
That would make it a transgender frog, not really gay.
There was a runoff from a local factory that was pumping this wastewater that had a boosted amount of estrogen in it. Which is it a conspiracy theory that like our testosterone levels are like 100 right now, and they were 750 in the 70s, but now we have all this plastics and chemicals, and you know about makeup that has endocrine disrupting chemicals in it that's giving women thyroid cancer, and boosted amounts of estrogen in the water makes all of us humans more feminine as men with lower testosterone, and more women with boosted estrogen, which is proven to metastasize breast cancer.
That reminds me of like back when like we were kids and my brother used to make his own soy milk. Like he used to fucking and he was
that was big, man. Yeah.
What's the point of feminizing men besides building a femboy army? Because I really fucking love femboys. But like,
well, if you want to femboy men, then you don't have anybody to fight. And then you also have a broken society that needs a handout from communism.
But what's the point of building femboys when they're all about building our military to be the most badass in the world?
Plus, have you seen femboys? I've seen a lot of femboys.
Who's building a badass military, bro? Our military's jacked, bro.
I know it's jacked, but they're because nobody wants to join anymore.
Well, that's because it sucks.
All the fucking jacked dudes are going to gay bars getting their dick sucked, dude.
Fuck like, yeah.
I don't know about all. That's a bit of an experiment. I think Russia's probably the dankest military right now, bro. You see their trailer for their military compared to ours?
I mean, you're comparing the military because like Russia, I wouldn't compare Russia to us because Russia is
way better.
No, they're invading a country. Like I wouldn't be complimenting them right now.
Massive country is going to battle right now. It's a proxy war in Ukraine, fam. They're fighting over a debt that the guy lost, and they're going, "No, you don't need to pay the debt. We're gonna come fight for you." They've been wanting to fight Russia all day, fam. When we won the Civil War, Russia's the people that sent people over to help us win the Civil War. They've been hating Russia since day one, fam.
You
It's a
know that right
proxy
now
war.
Russia is using rape and sexual assault as a military strategy in Ukraine, right? You know that Putin is
Did you read
offering
that in a
amnesty.
headline, or did you actually have some kind of
See,
a
there you go
factual
again with the
article?
condescendence. There you
No,
go
I'm
again. Like,
asking.
no. You're being
We have to
condescending. Like
know.
you're being because
You
you're
have to
asking
say
me that
headlines
with
all day,
malicious
bro.
intent. You're asking me so you can see like, see, fucking knew it. It's a fucking headline. Can you like
Exactly.
can you like
So
shut the
you
fuck
can
up
use
for a second
headlines
and
as
let me
facts,
speak
dog.
for 1 second?
Let him
Please.
talk. Let him talk, Scott.
Where the fuck was I?
You were raping.
Yeah. Okay. So, how can you take a nation that is using rape as a military strategy, and it like you can go ahead and say, oh, it's just a headline, it's just a hearsay. Okay, it's just a
Well, then
hearsay.
that means we shouldn't talk about it if it's
Okay,
hearsay.
okay. You like I'm saying you can say all you want, but it's just a hearsay when you say it's not happening. Just because you're denying it, you have no proof
Yeah.
either for the denial. There's more proof for the possibility that it is happening than your denial of
No,
it
there's
isn't.
not. No,
Yes,
there's
it is.
not. So show it to me. Share your screen and show me all the proof you're talking about.
I'm not gonna show. I
Why
didn't
not?
come-
Why not? Show me the proof, dog. I thought you were backing it up.
Okay.
Prove to me you didn't read the headline, brother. You ever read an
Okay.
article, dude? The headline's a fucking clickbait, dog. And then you scroll to the bottom and it goes, but that headline might not even be true. We just wanted you to scroll to the bottom and see the ads. Money, money, money. So you don't ever get good information unless you're paying for it, dog. They're just trying to clickbait everybody's ass around and get money, dog. I do marketing for the last fucking like 20 years, dog. It's all about clickbait. Fuck you, lie to you, get your shit on there.
CNN has
a
spoken
game.
with the Ukrainian
started
woman. One
marketing
of them,
when
a
you were
pregnant
15?
16-year-old who shared harrowing. Okay, I found the interview. Okay.
What's that, Tim?
You started marketing when you were 15?
Yeah. I started making websites for soccer clubs. Remember what's his face? Fisher?
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah,
Fisher?
yeah. Andrew Fisher.
So I started doing little websites when I was in like middle school or some shit. And then when a freshman year, are you ready for how old we are? Wait, what year were you, dog? How old are you?
I'm 26.
No, Timo.
I'm 35. I'm about to be 36 at the end of the year.
Yeah, so we were 05, both of us. We're the same class.
Yeah.
So fucking dude, we're so old and technology goes so fast that our freshman year at Auburn High School was the first year they had a tech media wing.
Okay, so there's a screen,
Isn't that crazy?
And I'm gonna read it out loud just because, like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. It says, when Dasha and the other children emerged from their basement and into their newly occupied village, it was for food. They were hiding from the Russians, who had fired shots into the air at cars and at people. We're talking about children here, by the way.
Go to the bottom and look at what the source is.
What do you mean?
Like, well, you can read all the words that they say, but what's the source from? So anybody can make up a story. You can make an opinion article too.
Okay, here's a source. Okay.
So you got to get the sources because this has a lot of ads on this site too.
This is what's
you know
the
what I'm saying?
CNN. This is CNN.
Exactly. CNN's trash, fam. Get out of here with the CNN.
Oh, are you one of those guys that like, oh, it's CNN? CNN, so it's not good. Like, are you really one of those fucking guys?
Pulled up on Google, huh?
Huh?
That was the first thing that popped up on Google.
No, it was the second one actually. It was the
Oh man, was the first one ABC or CBN?
CBN.
CNBC, MSNBC. That's all they show you, fam. You got to put more words into searches if you're
The
going to
thing
use
is,
Google.
you can talk all of this shit about all this fucking company. The thing is, you are not better than them. You can say that they're all lying. Thing
So
is, you are just as you're kind of just like them. Like you say, you say,
I like Albert.
Yeah, you're just like them because you're not
Like
back in.
Like CNN
like all
is
these
trash,
corporations,
but still, like
how am I like them, dog? I just told you a whole bunch of shit you ain't never read a headline about, fam.
Like what?
What do you mean? The whole Anunnaki story of how I just laid out how the whole thing works.
About the soy thing?
All of one and chakra system.
Daniel, were you not paying attention, dude? He broke down like basically all of fucking human civilization to you.
Yeah, literally.
In less than an hour.
Yeah, bro. Like, come on, dude. It's CNN just like don't listen to it. Like,
because I am listening to what you're saying. The thing is,
so back to the frogs gay. So there's
no.
estrogen in the water.
Okay.
And they literally went from a male frog to a female frog. So his fuck up on that one,
so there's
he
trans
apologized
frogs,
for,
not gay frogs.
is he shouldn't have said gay. He should have said transgender.
People would make less fun of him for that. Not gonna lie.
What about it? What's the matter if you make fun of them, dude? They heresied everybody that's a genius now. We look back and we read everybody's shit, and they were a brain dead idiot in their day, bruh. Who's the guy that thought that the Earth was not the center of the universe or the solar system?
Galileo Galilei, and he was wrong.
Yeah, so that was correct, right?
It was Copernicus was the
yeah. Wait, so you don't think that the Earth revolves around the sun?
I don't believe the Earth is the center of the universe. I believe that's not how it works.
No. He was the one that said that the Earth was not the center of the solar system, and they threw him in jail because that was not what they believed back then.
It was heresy.
They believed that the Earth was the center and everything went around it, even though the Anunnaki, the Sumerians, the first human civilization known to man, has a plate with 10 planets in it. And we are not the center. We're the third planet. And then there's a 10th planet, Planet X. Make fun of that conspiracy theory. So then you learn about Anunnaki, and they're talking about Nibiru. And Nibiru has an elliptical path that goes around all of the planets in the solar system. And that's the planet that the Anunnakis came from. And so how did the ancient Sumerians have that? But then all of a sudden in the 1600s, we think the Earth is the center of the solar system. And then that guy literally was thrown in jail for saying that it wasn't. But now we look at him as a genius, just like everybody else, bro. None of the artists that we all sell big dick paintings for made a fucking dime when they were artists.
None of them had big dicks.
None of them, man. So everything right now, we're going to look back in 10 years and go, fuck, them crazy Alex Jones motherfuckers was right.
Nah.
Just wait, fam. Tell me one thing that Alex Jones said that was not true, dog. He's an entertainer. He says some stupid shit, bro, but you can't just wipe motherfuckers out because they said one stupid word. That's ignorant. You've said stupid shit. Timo said a lot of stupid shit. I still love this bastard.
I say stupid shit all day, dude. It's part of my craft, dude. Like, because I'm an amateur comedian.
Right.
I get paid money to say stupid shit on stage.
That's called pro-am, fam.
Or sometimes I get free drinks and a free meal at the bar, and I'm all like, dude, fucking for 5 minutes of fucking telling jokes, hell yeah, dude.
And to everybody else, bro, you're a magician because you stood the fuck up and actually did something, and you weren't afraid to make a mistake, fam. That's what they're getting rid with femboys. Why all the rappers paint their nails and wear dresses right now, dog? Why is it cool to be a bitch? Why is it cool to be like not cool? Like that just don't make no sense.
Are you saying that femboys are inherently a bad thing?
Most generally, dude. It's probably not induced to our culture. If you look back in Rome, man, right before it fell, everybody got gender fluid, fucked anything that walked, and all of a sudden everybody didn't care about real life, and then they all got wiped out.
I don't know why I have the feeling you shared those memes that say as strong men create good times. Good times creates.
You want me to explain that?
See, like I was just waiting. I was just waiting for this because I knew you will eventually get to this.
Okay, you ready? All right, it's just simple. So these guys went back and they found this old version of explaining things, and they said, "Oh my God, this is so true. We're gonna put it on modern day, right?" So, okay, sometimes I fuck this up. So it's okay. So 1929 was the Depression, right? Like the start of it, it was like the collapse of the financial system, right? So you got.
Where's your cork wall?
That was 1920. Well, I got a whole like wall over here that I'm turning into a whole gigantic whiteboard so I can do crazy Scotty conspiracy theory videos.
Oh shit!
If you're bored, man, come through and help me finish this damn set, bro. I ain't got no homies.
I will come over and
I'll pick it, bro.
Like, I will bring some of the fucking finest growing Illinois dispensary fucking weed.
That sounds like fun.
And we'll fucking work on your whiteboard.
Let's chop it up, fam. I'm trying to make 4 sets out of this one place. I got to get rid of this desk and put 2 chairs in here so we can have an interview set. And then I got a table right here that we can do across the table, like breaking down shit with 2 mics kind of shit. I got a whole like map for it, dude. Swing through, man. Oh. So 1929, bro, depression starts, right? So the 40s are bad times, right? Because the 20s, and so we're going in scores. So 20 years, right? So the 20s, that means it was weak people. So weak people created the financial collapse, which led to the 40s, 50s, which is bad times, right? So then the 60s, 70s were strong people, right? So then the 80s, 90s were good times, right? So you look back and you think, wait, the 80s and the 90s were good times. So then we have the thousands, tens, right? Which is weak people, right? And then we have 20s, 30s, which we're in right now, is bad times. And we're on the brink of a financial collapse. And if you don't believe that, ask China. China has a mortgage system more crooked than the 2008 financial mortgage collapse of our America. They have worse quantitative easing, fugazi printing of money than we do in our traditional system. They learned it from us because we propped up China. We built China and built them from a third world to a first world, the fastest in all humankind existence ever knew. Before that, America was the fastest from a nothing to a something in all human existence. We learned that from the UK, from the UK system that learned everything, and they're all the evil Illuminati, super bad guy cabals, blah, 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 blah. So the evil bad guys have the UK, Europe as the financial arm, the Vatican as the religious arm, America as the military arm, and China as the fucking manufacturing arm, and Africa as the mining arm. They have the Middle East as the oil farm, right? And we all know that the Middle East dudes are all the biggest, baddest human traffickers and child sex slaves in the whole world. And so we're all over here bitching about stupid fugazi racism, and nobody gives a fuck about the Middle East, where Joe Biden goes over there to talk shit to them, and he fist bumps the prince like they homies. And then you got Joe Biden, alleged pedophile, who's all 100%. Dude, a whistleblower from the FBI just came out today and said the whole thing's true. Joe Biden's the big guy. He receives money. Hunter Biden was over there just to get policy. Hunter Biden was making $83,000 a month working for Burisma. And that guy literally has no energy, information, or history or experience whatsoever, doesn't speak Ukrainian. And that guy was setting up deals with the embassy of China, and literally has a text message on one of his 3 laptops and an iCloud leak of all of this information, and literally says, hey, thanks for setting up that meeting with your dad. And so then they have a text message that says, oh, yeah, keep 10% for the big guy. So then Tony Bobolinsky comes out and blows the whole whistle on the Biden crime family syndicate, because Tony Bobolinsky was in a deal with them, and then he got fucked. So then he said, they're probably going to kill me, so I'm going to come out and tell everybody. So Tony Bobolinsky literally tells the whole story. Nobody believes him. And then now we have 3 fucking laptops in an iCloud dump from Hunter Biden that proves all of this shit true, bruh. On his phone, his dad's text messages, his contact name, bro, is Pedo Peter. Like the dude, the whole thing's fucked. And then the daughter is in a fucking attic in an addiction center. And when the daughter leaves the addiction center, she happened to forget her diary. This is not a cry for help. It's not like Hunter Biden left his laptop so that was a cry for help. But Joe Biden's daughter leaves a diary, and in that diary, it says, my father kept taking showers with me up until I was like 18 and did all of these weird sexual, like predator weird shits, right? This woman is now a sexual and drug addict, just like Hunter Biden is a sex drug addict, has 3 laptops of him taking videos of himself, hand fisting hookers on his cock with a bag over their head, and talking about smoking crack, running around naked, arguing with hookers about how much crack was given to him, and all of these text messages about him literally funneling money into the Biden family to pay for all of Joe Biden's things. So Joe Biden could be a squeaky wheel, and that anybody that looks at Joe Biden wouldn't think anything's going on. And then you find out Joe Biden's brother is down in South America working for an energy company, getting $80,000 a month, just like Hunter Biden was. Hating on Tate. Tate's got a bad rap too. He's pretty solid.
No,
No.
Andrew Tate is trafficking women in Romania. I'm pretty sure he's a fucking criminal.
Prove it.
What do
I
you
would
mean
love to
prove
see
it?
it, dog, and then I'll agree with you.
What do you mean prove it? This ain't. Oh my fucking god! Like, are you gonna fucking do that every time you?
Yes.
All you do
Why
is
wouldn't
talk
you
about,
do that? That's how
because
you.
all you are doing is talking your conspiracy theories without proving it. I'm just letting you talk because I don't believe in anything you say.
Well, that's because you won't give me the benefit of the doubt. I just gave you the benefit of the doubt. Bring up the facts, man.
It's a two-way street.
I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, but not by not like doubting you. I'm just listening to you.
That's not the benefit of the doubt. That's like literally just listening.
That's it. Like, I'm not gonna question you. Just I'm just gonna let you go on it. But like,
well, that's no fun. Then why am I here if you're not gonna question me? That's no fun. See, I welcome it. You want to cancel me? This person said cut me off. That's called cancellation. So why do we want to cancel these ideas that test your reality? When I'm asking you to just prove something and you go, I'm not going to prove it.
Because it's in Romania where it's technically like it's not legal, but it's technically not illegal. So like,
okay,
what?
So what's up with that?
Okay, let me just go ahead because I'm trying to click on a link and it's telling me it's not.
Well, try not to get a mainstream like article source that's clearly putting a slander campaign on Tate.
Says this site can provide a secure connection. What the fuck?
Oh man!
Don't click on a virus, homie. You said you giving me antivirus, right?
I mean, as much as I don't like Andrew Tate and I'd love this information to be true, man, are you giving me misinformation right now, man? Like,
because he's just being slandered again because he's a strong male figure, dog, and they're just trying to nuke anybody that's like a strong.
He's really not though.
You know what I'm saying, dog? He's like not, but like that's like what he is now.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and read you from his page and tell me this doesn't fucking sense. Like, okay, this doesn't sound. Tell me this is not bragging about human trafficking.
This is from Tate's page?
Yeah. It says, my job was to get women to fall in love with me with time. No. My job was to get women to fall in love with me. Literally, that was my job. My job was to meet a girl, go on a few dates, sleep with her, test if she's quality, get her to fall in love with me to where she'll do anything I say, and then get her on webcam so we could become rich together. Whether you disagree with what I did with her loyalty, submission, and love for me doesn't matter. You cannot reject the results, and the results are simple. My girlfriends will do for me more than 99.9% of men's wives will do for them.
Right. And so that's the weird fine line, bro. So what's wrong with that if we want to let women abort a baby at 9 months? I thought women had the right to do whatever they wanted with their body.
Are you really going to compare abortion to sex trafficking?
Yeah, why not?
What?
You know
what?
What? Okay, Timon.
What?
Okay, this is where I'm going to cut it. This guy just fucking compare Andrew Tate trafficking women to abortion. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Okay, shut the fuck up for a second, Scott. You're fucking stupid. You're a conspiracy theorist. You are retarded. Half of the fucking comments agree with me. I'm not gonna give you any more of my time. Goodbye.
That's no fun.
Oh man.
Oh, he quit. Hey, that's the 4 stages right there of a hardcore liberal that's closed-minded, bro. They character attack, and then they project, and then they gaslight when I prove that they projected, and then they rage quit when I prove the first 3. That's what happens every time. He can't even have an idea or a thought or a debate or a conversation.
I mean, you were kind of out of line. You were like very out of line with saying that.
It was a question.
Huh?
It was a question. I just thought about it. And then so what was tricky about that one, dude, is that if he's saying that he's getting women and he's teaching them a business and it's sexual like perversion of pimping them, isn't that just porn? Isn't that what Harvey Weinstein did? Isn't that what Jeffrey Epstein did? Isn't that what everybody that was around him, like Oprah, that literally?
Yeah, and we don't like.
So we don't like them. We don't. People. So why isn't there a political hit campaign on them as equal as Tate? So that's what's strange. Because Oprah literally was setting up women with Harvey Weinstein. So is everybody else. Why is Ghislaine Maxwell not rolling on all these people? Why don't we have the answers of the list of the Jeffrey Epstein thing? Was Tate on that Jeffrey Epstein list? I would love to hate him if we can find him on that Jeffrey Epstein list. But no, you have the headlines that say Trump was on there, but he wasn't. And then they said that Trump was on the island, and that picture was not of them on the island. It was at a party. So it's all a fugazi. And so he was so upset that I was breaking his reality that he left. Because our brain is a correction device. And if you break the brain, it hurts. And so the only way to break a habit is to retrain your subconscious to that your brain believes that thing. And so if you believe I'm a loser, that's what self-destructive behavior is all day. So at the end of it, you're a loser. And so breaking people's reality is tough. And I'm always trying to get better.
Like, I don't think that's what happened here. I honestly don't think that's what happened here. I know what you're saying. It's a whole.
But why do you leave?
But
why do you leave? Why didn't you tell me that's ridiculous and hear the rest of that point?
He left because you said some out of line shit.
Well, isn't that what we're here for, bro? We say some comedic out of line shit and then we break it down, right?
I don't know if there was any comedy in what you said.
Well, what about Tosh.0, man? Wouldn't that be funny if she just got raped? Everybody supported him. That was a great comedy line, right? That's what you do.
It was different times, and it's.
No, it wasn't. Come on.
It was. It was like
he got nuked for that shit, and all the comedian guys backed him up and said, "Dog, yeah, that's how it works in the comedy thing. Why did she stand up and scream that shit?"
Man, it's.
And so I was asking a genuine question.
I've been going through comedy clubs all throughout the Midwest throughout my years of doing comedy, and I can just tell you it's yeah, none of that shit is cool anymore.
Well,
especially in motherfucking Madison, Wisconsin. But like Chicago was probably one of the hardest places to do comedy, dude. Like I have one gay joke in my arsenal, and it's basically about how everybody's the same. You know, it's all like I'm like everybody who's gay or everybody that's gay, like anything a gay person does, that means that if a straight person does that same thing a gay person does, that makes them automatically gay. Like
yeah.
I saw a woman.
Weird one.
I saw a gay woman going out to eat, and yes, gay women do exist because anyone who has sex with a man is gay. If I can, boom, and then there was this gay person in the crowd in Chicago, because it wasn't even that big of a crowd. It was like 4 people, and this person was another comic that was going up. This person, like during my set when I said like that shit, dude, like they walked out. I still finished that joke or whatever, and it's basically like I saw my cousin breathing once, and I was like, dude, you were so gay, you know, like because I can't breathe anymore because gay people breathe, because that'll make me gay, you know, like.
That's a good joke, man. That's just funny as fuck, bro. Everything gets too much in their feelings, bro, which is hilarious. Everybody tries to say that to somebody else.
Like, I don't even do that joke anymore. That was one of the things. Like that was one of my like first starting out jokes. You know, like I don't even do that joke anymore.
Well, you don't know. You might come back
because like it's I don't know. Like if it's gonna touch someone the wrong way, then it's gonna touch more people the wrong way. And I don't want to do that. I just want to be silly. I just want to make sure everyone has a good time. And like
I feel that, man. But all the greats, man, they broke shit.
Yeah.
What about Kinnison, dog? Would Kinnison
it's not my goal to push boundaries.
Sure. But like, look at Kinnison, bro. That guy was knocking down doors. Look at Pryor knocking down doors.
Kinnison isn't really funny.
I don't think it was funny either, but everybody thought it was funny back then.
Like, Kinnison isn't a lot of. You look back at a lot of the greats and whatever, fucking like.
Well, that's time. Like old dad joke thing is funny, you know, like
Rodney Dangerfield, like, hey, what the fuck, man? Fucking no respect. Like,
yeah. But that was balling back then, fam, because nobody said shit. So that was the world.
And Andrew Dice Clay did a good thing. Like he did something cool where
he was funny. He
told the same jokes all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So much where the crowd loved it so much, like they would tell the punchlines like along with them. Like get in the ball,
band,
bitch.
Right?
You know, like
that's like a band when they sing along with their tracks or some shit, right?
Yeah, like going to a concert, you know, like going to an Andrew Dice.
Yeah, that was good shit, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we just lost the other side guy, man. Bummer.
It's getting close to my bedtime. It's actually past my bedtime, but like,
Yeah, same. I just wanted to do this with you. This is.
I wanted to. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, actually. For like,
Same here, brother. It's just the start, bruh. This ain't the end.
oh my god. All right. All right.
Anybody else got questions before we take off? You want to do some Q&A? Anybody hanging around, or did everybody
said who's gonna fuck their moms first? Like, I don't know if I'd want to fuck Scott's mom. I don't know what she looks like.
Damn.
But
not it.
I don't think anyone wants to fuck my mom.
Next question.
But other than that, dude, yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. This has been I'd love to say it's been lovely, but it's been a thing. It's been a thing.
Oh man, I thought it was lovely. That was fantastic. You just ripcord pulled out like a ninny. That was pathetic.
What did you say?
Especially when your show is literally a comedy show, bro. Anything goes, dog. None of that fucking PC bullshit. Keep me quiet. And it was a literal question. And it literally makes sense. Because I wasn't comparing them to prove the point of they are the same and that should be allowed. It was that there's a whole bunch of people here in the States that are not being lambasted like that. Because I do not believe in any human fucking women child trafficking. Because Joe Biden is very pedophilic.
I mean, so was the last guy in charge, but we'll end it at that.
Not really. He actually won all those court cases, bro. Stormy Daniels, she's paying all of his court fines. The lawyer for that girl is in jail right now because he committed a felony